No questions about Hector Lombard. He doesn't fight this week. No questions on, what's the third one? It's the third question, I can't remember. The odds, the Vegas odds that came out, and I'm the underdog. So if you want to ask him, go ahead, but the response you get might not be the greatest response.
Can you talk though about your preparation and like why it's different this time?
Your preparation should be different every time. You know, every opponent is different unless you're rematching someone. And even in that case, you should change some things up for that. I just made some tweaks. I sharpened some tools, and I made some corrections to some weaknesses. But every count for me is different.
Do you like to work the short shift? Your fights end early, you know?
Man, you know what's funny is when my fights end early is when I usually go out there and I'm planning on going the distance and fighting the whole time, and I see an opportunity, I take it. The times I actually go out there and I'm thinking about knocking somebody out, those have been my 3 losses that didn't work out for me. So.
But you have a terrific defense. I mean, it's tough. You're a tough guy to take down too.
Yeah, you know.
Very well rounded. I mean,
being a good wrestler and having good takedown defense allows me to be a little bit more open with my hands, you know, because if somebody go for my leg, I'm pretty confident that I can fight them off. And you know, really, in this day and age, you can't just fight somebody out because they'll keep coming. If he shoots on me, I'm going to stop him, I'm going to beat him up a little bit and make him not want to shoot again. So it's almost like the little kid getting in trouble for doing something bad and to get a spanking. So every time he comes forward and try to do something that I don't like, I'm going to give him a little spanking in there.
How do you look at him as a fighter? You know, he's a pretty hot fighter. I mean, he started out with a bang in the UFC.
I started out with a bang too. I was 10-0 with 7 finishes. And I walked into somebody with a bit more experience than me, that wanted it more than me, that was hungrier than me. That's what he's going to walk into Saturday. And I have some words of wisdom for him on how to take the next step after your first loss.
I was just going to ask you if you think that this hype like on him is just like because everybody's saying like he's undefeated, you know, like everything he did inside tough, and
I think it's real. I mean, I don't think it's hype. I think he's just a tough kid. He's just durable, and you can't count him out. He goes in, and you know, even if he's losing a fight, he'll push through and he'll find a way to win.
You've had some tough fights, even decisions going against you that many people thought you won. How tough has the road been for you to get to this point?
My road has always been tough, but I think that adversity has made me the person I am. I feel like my brain is one of integrity. I feel like, you know, I've never had the shortcut. I've always had to work hard for it, and I've learned and I've loved to embrace that. You know, so a world champion or the best in the world, those are people that consistently beat the top fighters over and over again, and can prove that consistently. So for me, Saturday is fighting the top 10, top 7 welterweight, going out there, having a great performance, winning, whether it's decision, whether it's submission, whether it's knockout, but putting on a dominant performance and showing that I'm ahead of the curve. You know, I'm that fighter that is in the top 10 for a reason, and that's all it is. And then the next challenge will come forth, and I'll do it again.
I know that you're concentrating on your fight, but you're on such a high-profile card. How do you look at the main event coming?
Man, I hope I'm done with my interviews and stuff where I can watch it. You know, it's going to be a crazy fight. You know, I watched Nick Diaz for a long time. He was in my division in Strikeforce and a small period in the UFC. Anderson Silva was pound for pound the greatest fighter that we've seen. I'm excited to watch it, man. You know, I don't even want to pick. I just want to watch it. You know, it's something that we're in this moment. We don't understand what this moment is going to mean 20 years from now, that this fight happened. So I'm excited to watch it.
Well, we want to wish you all the best. Best of luck to you.
Thank you.
Keep it rolling.
I appreciate it. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it.
Tyron, do you think the biggest difference then in this fight, or one of the big differences, is the experience that you have over him? Because you sound like you're going to school a young man.
I plan on it. You know, I don't think it's just a skill. I think that, you know, his game is a strong, powerful game. It's not that he's the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt that's submitting everybody, or that he's a K1 boxer, or he's an all-American wrestler. He's just pretty good at everything. He's tough, he's durable, he's going to move forward, you know, and you never can count him out. Those are dangerous fighters. And if you hit somebody really hard, you knock them down, and they get up and they walk back like nothing happened, you got to mentally, you know, when I fought Carlos Condit, I hit him as hard as I've ever hit somebody and did knock them out. And and he came right back forward. So, you know, I had to deal with it in that moment. I think that I'm probably going to hit him with some hard shots, and it might not knock him out. And I'm willing to try for 15 minutes until I get it done.
With a guy like that who's both good standing and on the ground, is it a matter of going in there and filling it out and see where the fight goes? Because
where's he good on the ground at?
I'm sorry?
So where's he good on the ground at?
With his wrestling, you mentioned his wrestling, and or do you feel he's
good from taking the back? Okay. He's good on top. So he hasn't really shown that he's good on the ground.
Okay. So is that somewhere you might want to take him to?
I plan on taking him everywhere. I plan on, winning the wrestling battle. I plan on winning the striking battle. I plan on winning the battle on the ground, and also just plan on dictating. Dictating this fight is important. He does well when he can bully, and I've been in there with some alpha males before. I was in there with Koscheck, and he does really well when he can bully. And then you get on these people early, you let them know that I'm going to be the person that's dictating this fight, and I'm going to be the person that's dictating the pace, and what I want to do in this fight is going to happen. I think they change the mood of the fight.
Going over the UFC notes, you mentioned you have most punches for takedowns, that leads to takedowns. Does that play into your game, one, the power, and to the fact that then you got the guy on the ground where you can play into your wrestling?
What's funny is I haven't used a ton of my wrestling. I just got a high percentage that when I actually take the shot, I get the shot. Okay. So I got a pretty high percentage of scoring my takedowns. But sometimes, people that are doing the stats don't realize sometimes I might go for a takedown, but I'm not really trying to get the takedown. I'm trying to get close to throw the uppercut or get the clinch. Or I might be trying to close the gap on the 6'1". Everybody, I'm happy to fight somebody my height. Most people are 6'1", 6 foot. Me and him are 5'9", we're really 5'8", but we use our UFC stats. But we're short. So to close that gap, sometimes you got to go for the shot. They got to respect it because I'm a wrestler. And I get in closer, now I can use my hands for my range. So I think my accuracy is a lot higher than people realize in takedowns.
You're obviously right there, close to a title fight. What did you think of the Lawler and Hendricks fight? Seems like they fought twice, both times it's been close. Are they just the type make for a fight where they're always going to be close? Or how did you see the fight?
I think it's always going to be close. I think it's always going to be close because they both are southpaws, which sometimes southpaws aren't used to boxing other southpaws. They both hit hard. They both pose a lot of threat. They both will fight tired. They're a lot alike. So I think
Who did you see winning the fight?
I thought it was close. I thought it could have went either way. The first time I thought, and Robbie, we talked about it, Robbie even thought the last 90 seconds he lost the fight. This time it was kind of hard because Robbie was he was basically trying to do more activity, and it seemed like a few times Johnny was taking a shot. So how do you judge it? He's going offensive for the shot, or is he holding on to the leg so he can't get hit? So it's how to judge the score that Robbie started off strong and he ended strong. So I like the fact that the American Top Team person ended up with the belt, but I would have hated to be the person judging that fight.
Okay, and to wrap up, people are going to be watching the fight Saturday. What can they expect from you on that fight?
They can just expect Tyron Woodley being a well-rounded mixed martial artist, going out there having fun, flowing, being free, and looking to use all his God-given gifts.
Thank you.
Thank you, brother. Sure.